Hi, and welcome to Jam-Packed Business Made Easy. My name is Jam Anderson, and I'm the CEO of Jam AI. And today, we're practicing exactly what we teach. You're about to listen to a podcast that's truly automated with our AI hosts, who are now our new friends. We also would like to invite you to listen to our podcasts that come out every Friday, where Flora is interviewing entrepreneurs just like you. We're exploring authentic challenges and discovering practical solutions together. Speaking of community, if you're looking for a community, you can find us on the School platform. Just search for the #1 community for entrepreneurs. All right, let's dive in.
Okay, let's dive right in. If you are running a business, you know the cycle.
Oh, yeah.
You close a new client, you hire a new team member, and then you spend the next 3 hours repeating yourself.
Yes, explaining the same process over and over.
The onboarding process, the project timeline, your quality checklist. I mean, you don't need more content for TikTok. You just need fewer, clearer explanations that do the work for you.
That is exactly right. And I think the mission of this deep dive is really to give you a shortcut to that clarity. We've been looking at a workflow designed to leverage your institutional knowledge.
All the stuff you already have.
Exactly. The documents, the slides, the notes you already have sitting in a folder, and turning those into customized explainer videos using an AI tool called NotebookLM.
The genius here is recognizing that your most valuable assets are, well, they're already written down. We're not talking about asking some generic AI, how does project onboarding work?
And getting back a Wikipedia article.
Right. And getting a vague 10-step plan. This is about grounding the AI's output in your specific proprietary business truth.
And that grounding, that is the unique value proposition that stood out immediately. It ensures the explanation is about your specific process, your pricing model, and your legal disclaimers, not just some generalized advice.
So if your service is unique, your explanations have to be unique too.
They have to be.
Okay, so let's look at the core mechanic here. NotebookLM's video overview feature, it promises to create these custom explainers in minutes. That sounds like a massive promise.
It does.
So let's be critical for a second. If I upload a, say, 50-page operational manual and ask for a 90-second video, how do we prevent the AI from either hallucinating or, just leaving out critical information?
That's a crucial question. And the mechanism that supports the speed is actually the same one that guarantees the accuracy. It's direct extraction and synthesis.
Okay, what does that mean?
The tool literally processes your source files, documents, existing slides, charts, whatever you give it, and it generates a narrated video that pulls specific visuals and factual details directly from those imported sources.
So hang on. If my proposal document has a paragraph about my specific indemnification clause, or my pricing sheet lists out a 3-tier structure with dollar amounts,
the AI doesn't have to guess. It doesn't infer that information. It uses it as the hard source material.
Okay, so that's the difference.
Precisely. This is the difference between a cool AI toy and a functional business tool. That grounding means you won't get a generic definition of onboarding from the internet. You'll get the exact legal disclaimer from your proposal A and the specific timeline from your project plan B.
It replaces the tedious explanation.
It replaces that endless cycle. And critically, it prevents costly miscommunication that happens when people just rely on generic answers.
Okay, so we've established that using your existing documents saves time on repetition. It ensures accuracy. But what does that save time? I mean, what does it actually translate to in a practical sense?
Right.
Let's dive into the real-world utility. This analysis broke down the use cases into 3 key areas, and it covers both external client needs and internal team needs.
So the first category is what most people think of right away. External customer education. This is your basic how it works explainer, focused entirely on setting client expectations up front.
And reducing that initial flood of back-and-forth emails.
Oh, absolutely.
We all know that client who's constantly emailing, asking about step 3. It's a productivity killer.
It is. And the video can detail the exact onboarding process. It can outline the specific project timeline and show them clearly where and how they need to provide you with documents or assets.
Like upload your logo here.
Exactly. If they watch a 2-minute video that shows them a screenshot of the client portal and explains the 3 things they must upload, your team doesn't have to explain that manually ever again.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. The second area you mentioned focuses on tackling those frequent headaches directly, product walkthroughs and FAQs.
Yes. This is all about handling those perpetual questions, the friction points that just clog up your inbox.
Is X included?
Exactly. An explainer video can clearly outline what is included in a specific service package and, just as importantly, what is explicitly not included.
That's huge for managing expectations.
It is. It can walk them through how the support ticketing system works or clarify the payment schedule. It shifts the entire burden of explanation from your staff to an automated asset.
But the section that I think offers the most immediate internal efficiency gain is the third use case, internal standardization,
Yes.
particularly for creating and circulating standard operating procedures or SOPs.
This is just foundational for scaling a business. Instead of handing a new hire a dense, disorganized PDF, you can use this tool to codify the entire process into a quick, visually supported video.
So things like quality checklists.
Imagine using it to establish quality checklists, showing team members exactly what a finished product looks like, or creating visual guides for your brand voice rules, pulling examples directly from your style guide.
So what for the internal stuff is really consistency. It's about reducing that internal friction. But how big is the difference between a new hire reading a document versus watching a video that's generated from that same document?
Well, the difference is engagement and accessibility. I think anyone who has sat through a really dry PowerPoint presentation knows that format isn't great for memory retention.
I've sat through many.
A synthesized, narrated video, even if it's pulling static visuals, is just simpler to digest quickly. It speeds up training, it ensures every team member operates from the same playbook, and that sets consistent external expectations for every client.
Which minimizes those miscommunications that lead to scope creep.
Exactly.
Okay, let's get technical for a moment. Section 3, the recipe. We know we need to feed this machine. The analysis suggests the system works best with a focused knowledge base of what, 2 to 5 items?
Yeah, 2 to 5 items that you, the user, already trust. You're not starting from scratch. You're curating.
And what kind of items are we talking about?
The recommended source types are super practical. You gather your website service page copy, that comprehensive FAQ document you have, a proposal template you use all the time, your pricing sheet.
Maybe a good onboarding email.
Onboarding email is perfect. Or an existing slide deck from a sales pitch. All things a busy professional already has locked away somewhere.
So once those sources are gathered, the actual 3-step process to generate the video it's surprisingly simple.
It really boils down to this. Step 1, create a new notebook in the tool and just add those sources. They become the ultimate reference guide for everything that follows.
Okay.
Step 2, you open the studio area, that's the specific feature we're talking about, and you choose video overview.
And the third step seems like it's the most critical for getting a high-quality, actually useful output.
Oh, absolutely. Step 3 is defining your audience and defining your goal. Without that clarity, the video is just going to be vague. Creating a video for a new lead has a vastly different goal than creating one for a 3-year employee. So making the request practical ensures the output serves a direct business purpose.
Let's talk about the visual side for a second, because that's part of the quality check. If the tool is pulling visuals directly from my imported sources, does that mean my slides have to be, visually amazing already?
That is a realistic expectation to manage, yes.
Okay.
Since the video is grounded in your sources, the visual quality of the output will reflect the visual quality of your inputs. It's really designed for speed and accuracy based on your existing assets.
So if I upload a boring, text-heavy slide deck,
the video will be text-heavy. The efficiency gain is in the narration and the synthesis, but you are still responsible for providing that existing visual foundation.
that makes sense. It's a synthesis engine, not a graphic designer. Now, there was a great pro tip mentioned for those of us whose documents might not be perfectly organized.
Yes. If your materials are scattered all over the place, the system now has features to help you discover relevant sources more quickly. You can start by just specifying a topic, say, client asset delivery.
And it suggests files.
And then it suggests which of your existing files you should import, rather than you having to manually assemble the perfect knowledge base first. It just helps streamline the prep phase for even the messiest hard drives.
All right, this is where we get into the engine of quality, the power prompt breakdown. This isn't just about telling the AI, make a video. It's about giving it a detailed blueprint.
Right. Customization is absolutely key to turning a generic explainer into a bespoke sales tool.
So the prompt structure acts as a tight framework for the AI. It dictates 3 things immediately.
Who the video is for, what it needs to accomplish, and what kind of language to use.
Let's use the specific example prompt they provided. The audience is defined as a new lead so. Interested, but still skeptical.
Not yet ready to commit?
Not yet ready. The goal is not just educate, but specifically to make the process completely clear, reduce confusion, and set firm expectations right away. And the tone is specified as helpful, confident, and simple. That level of detail seems critical.
And that leads right into the required inclusions. This is where you guarantee the video hits every immediate business need. They demand the video must cover the exact problem solved, specify precisely who the service is for.
The step-by-step process.
The typical timeline, what the customer actually needs to do, and I thought this was brilliant, address the top 5 questions people always ask.
That inclusion list alone guarantees the video hits all the immediate sales and onboarding talking points. It saves dozens of emails. But zooming out, why is defining the audience and goals so foundational for this kind of AI content creation?
It connects directly to how people learn. I mean, it's you, the listener. Clear structure and defined goals, they just maximize knowledge transfer. If the audience knows exactly what they're supposed to take away from this, the information sticks.
It prevents the video from just meandering.
It does. If the goal is clarify the timeline, the AI won't waste time discussing pricing. It stays ruthlessly focused. It's also important to note the sources confirm that if video isn't the right fit, audio overviews are also available for the same content.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and those can be generated in many different languages, which, opens up massive accessibility.
That's a powerful point about focus. Okay, let's widen the lens a bit. This NotebookLM workflow, it's not an isolated trick.
Not at all.
It's a perfect demonstration of a core principle we're seeing across the whole AI landscape. Using your own proprietary inputs to generate targeted, unique, and highly efficient outputs.
Exactly. This is just one application. The broader training mentioned in the source material shows how this methodology of grounding content is being applied across different business functions, from sales to operations and even to coding.
The foundational piece mentioned was prompting the power framework.
Oh.
Now, that sounds like pure jargon, but what does it actually mean for a busy professional?
It just means structuring your requests to get a reliable answer. The power framework is essentially a technique to create powerful business prompts by defining 4 things.
Okay.
The AI's desired role, like act as my marketing copywriter, the specific goal, the relevant context, which is where you use your own documents, and the target output, like a 100-word product description. That structure is what ensures you get reliable, relevant output every single time.
And we see that same efficiency applied directly to sales with the AI proposal machine.
Oh, this is pure efficiency applied to administrative drag. It was described as a process that lets you create high-quality, customized proposals directly from the transcripts of phone calls or Zoom meetings in just a few minutes.
So it's leveraging the details from the actual conversation.
Yes, to build a unique asset. It just drastically cuts down the admin time of translating notes into a formal pitch document.
And for those professionals who are ready to go even deeper, there's a new series starting, Claude Code 101. The source described this as super powerful.
Yeah, and I think a lot of busy professionals hear words like terminal and code, and they immediately feel intimidated. But the concept here is actually simple.
Go on.
You're just using AI to write code that organizes or analyzes your data or connects your specific business systems. It suggests that once you move past that initial mental hurdle, these tools become highly accessible ways to automate complex tasks using your own business logic.
And finally, there are ongoing explorations into newer fields like vibe coding and podcasting, which shows this efficiency strategy is constantly adapting.
It's all about leveraging every piece of proprietary input, whether that's a slide deck, a sales transcript, or even the style and tone of your existing content, to create new, high-value assets.
So if we connect this all back, the common thread is clear.
It is. You are not asking the AI to be smart on its own. You're directing it to be smart about your business using your verified high-value inputs. It instantly transforms your specific documents into structured, functional assets.
Whether that's a proposal, a training video, or even a piece of code. So what does this all mean for you? The synthesis of this deep dive is that your most valuable assets aren't waiting to be created. They already exist in your files.
That's right. Tools like NotebookLM allow you to leverage that content for instant clarity, dramatically cutting down on time spent repeating explanations or generating documents from scratch. And it ensures the output stays factual and accurate because it's grounded in your own unique sources.
So you achieve rapid deployment without sacrificing specificity or accuracy. I mean, that is the ultimate efficiency gain for any scaling business.
Which really raises one final question for you to consider. If AI can instantly turn your existing internal documents into dynamic multimedia training and sales assets, what current time-consuming process in your business, whether it's proposal generation, internal documentation, or new hire onboarding, is now completely unnecessary? Where can you get the biggest return on the documents you already possess?